Albert Einstein is known worldwide for many discoveries, but most people associate him primarily with his theory of relativity. However, Einstein's mind was different from an average person's. Did he discover secrets in life that were hidden from the rest of us? After his death, a scientist performed a post-mortem on his brain. What did they find or lose in this process? This is all part of an intriguing research, and today we will explore this in detail. Einstein's brain has always been a mystery, and his name is often used as a synonym for genius. But what exactly made his brain different from that of an ordinary person? To understand this, we need to look at his childhood. Einstein was a strange child. People say that he started talking late, which is unusual for an average child. However, once he started speaking, his ability to observe things was quite different. At a very young age, he began to notice and analyze things in ways that others did not. He was particularly fascinated by light and time. As a child, he constantly wondered what would happen if someone could travel at the speed of light. This simple question motivated him throughout his life. Einstein's greatest achievements can be seen in his discoveries. He introduced the concept of the special theory of relativity, in which he explained that time and space are not fixed, but are connected to each other. His famous equation, E is equal to mc squared, showed the relationship between energy and mass, completely changing the old ideas of physics. He also laid the foundation for quantum physics, where he explained the concept of photons, which is widely used today in digital and laser technology. But was his mind limited to just these theories? Einstein had a unique approach. So while most scientists use experiments to prove their theories, Einstein tested his theories through experiments in his mind. He conducted many thought experiments that were impossible to carry out in a lab. For example, he imagined a man standing on a fast-moving train and an observer standing at a station. How would the two experience a lightning strike at different times? This thought experiment shows the strength of Einstein's mind, something difficult for most people to understand. Einstein's mind was not just special because of his intelligence, but because of how differently he thought and explored the world around him. Another special aspect of Einstein's brain was his incredible ability to visualize. For him, being able to see a situation in his mind was more important than formulas or calculations. He often mentioned that whenever he faced a complex problem, he would first visualize it in his mind, create a mental picture, and then logically derive his theories from that image. This technique set him apart from other scientists, as he understood his ideas through images rather than just calculations. Now, after Einstein's death, a different story begins. When he passed away in 1955 in New Jersey, a pathologist named Thomas Harvey performed the post-mortem. Harvey was always curious about Einstein's brain, so without the permission of Einstein's family, he removed Einstein's brain. This was a highly controversial move, but Harvey claimed he wanted to study Einstein's brain to understand if there was something extraordinary about it that explained his genius. Harvey cut Einstein's brain into many sections and sent them to different laboratories for detailed research. He preserved around 240 brain slices, and many were used for thorough studies. Harvey worked on this for many years, but his research was never officially published. This remained a mystery, because Harvey continued his work quietly. However, in 1985, he finally shared some results. It was discovered that certain regions of Einstein's brain were different from the average person's brain. The biggest difference was found in his parietal lobe, which controls spatial reasoning and mathematics. This region of Einstein's brain was unusually large, which explains why his ability to visualize mathematical concepts was so extraordinary. This research also suggested that the density of neurons in Einstein's brain was higher, which may have helped him solve complex problems more easily. This was quite shocking for the scientific community, as it was a new discovery to connect a brain's physical structure with a person's level of genius. Many years after Einstein's death, Thomas Harvey gave an interview in which he shared that he had sent different parts of Einstein's brain to various places for further research. For 40 years, Harvey spent his entire life studying Einstein's brain. The first major discovery was that Einstein had more connections between his neurons than the average person. These connections, known as glial cells, support and nourish neurons. The parietal lobe of Einstein's brain, the part that controls mathematics and spatial reasoning, was found to be 15% larger than normal brains. This suggested that Einstein's brain was built to solve complex problems more efficiently. During the interview, Harvey was often asked why he removed Einstein's brain without permission. His response was simple. He said that he wanted to study Einstein's brain to understand if his genius was due to a natural physical phenomenon or something else. It's worth thinking about. If Harvey hadn't done this, we might never have learned about Einstein's brain. Einstein's brain was not just a scientific discovery. It was a unique combination of curiosity, creativity, and perseverance. He once said, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." This means the secret to his genius was his never-give-up attitude, his ability to deeply analyze problems, and his refusal to quit. When Dr. Harvey concluded his research, it was clear that Einstein's brain was physically different in some ways. However, what truly set Einstein apart was his way of thinking and his passion. Even though his brain had unique structures, Einstein's greatness came from his thinking approach and his relentless curiosity. Today, when we look at Albert Einstein's work, we realize that his genius was not just about the structure of his brain. It was his way of thinking and his desire to understand that made him one of the greatest scientists in the world. From Einstein's life, we learn that to be a genius, you don't necessarily need to be born with an exceptional mind. What really matters is having an extraordinary approach and determination. Perhaps that's why Einstein's famous quote perfectly explains his life. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Subscribe.